microphone just fell off when I hugged Sheldon. All right. How are you guys? Oh my gosh. Okay. So for those of you who know me, you know that being up on stage without some really kick-ass heels is really screwing with my mojo a little bit, okay? How many of you have ever had gout before? Okay, it's not contagious, okay? John and Nadia both asked that, okay? At 2 different times. I'm like, they both kind of like backed up a little bit. I'm like, how rude, oh my God. And then John has the balls to say last night, baby, we gotta go to the room, my feet are killing me. I'm like, seriously? Like, oh my God. So I was up all night last night, did not sleep at all. I was icing my foot. I was putting it in a bathtub with warm water. I was doing everything humanly possible to just even be able to stand here right now. So you know what? But I just want you to know that stuff happens, right? And a lot of times we have to do things when we don't necessarily feel like it. So that's when we know it's time to step up our game. So I'm gonna bring it to you. I'm gonna bring you everything I got. I'm gonna play at a level 10. I'm gonna leave it all. Every single ounce of everything I have, I'm leaving it right here on the stage for you guys today. So I'm super excited. For those of you that I don't know, how many of this is your first event? If you could just please stand up. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. You guys, that is awesome. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited you're here because 22, I was thinking about it, and this is so crazy, and I had him throw in an extra slide. I had my sister send a couple pictures because literally 22 years ago on this exact weekend, I was at my first annual convention. It was in Las Vegas. It was at the MGM Grand. There were 16,000 people there. Okay, that company had already gone through quite a bit of momentum. I was riding the momentum wave. I thought it was good because I made $102,000 my first year at 23. Really, the company was just in momentum and I rode it. So you're here now, ready to ride that momentum wave with us. So put your seatbelt on, okay? But I want to show you something because this is kind of funny. All right, here's some pictures 22 years ago. Don't you love that hair? Oh my God, talk about being vulnerable right now. I don't have hot heels on. I have boots, flat boots, like totally feel frumpy like a grandma. It's horrible. And I'm showing you hair from 22 years ago. And this was my team at my first convention. I had 5 people there with me. And I was freaking jacked. I was so excited that I had 5 people in my team at my first convention. I had just gotten started, maybe like a month or 2 right before that. And those were my 5 peeps. And we were in the nosebleed section looking at 16,000 people. All the elites that were sitting up front, they looked like ants. The people on stage looked like ants. You know, like for me, like at a concert, like you're either in it or at it, right? Well, I like to be in it. Like I like spit on my face when I'm at a concert. You know, I like being right here in the front rows. How many of you are like that, right? Well, I was not at that event. I was at that event. I was in the nosebleed section in the rafters, okay? But I remember looking at that entire stadium thinking, oh my gosh, the majority of these people are in someone's team. Why not me? Why not my team? Why not your team? So isn't that crazy? That was my boyfriend from college. Cute. And so crazy. So I started, for those of you, since there's so many freaking new people here, I'm going to give you a 30-second Cliff Notes version of who the heck I am and why I've been doing this for 22 years. This business, you guys, is my oxygen. I love this profession. People ask me all the time, why do you still work so hard? Because I love it. And you know what? I want every single one of you to have the opportunity that I've had, because here's the thing, guys. When I started, when you go back to that picture when I was a 23-year-old broke law school dropout, okay? Because I did everything they said to do. Go to school, get your grades, go to college, that's the key to success. Go out, get a job, start at the bottom, work your way to the top, and you'll be successful. How many of you heard that crap? Okay, how many of you it worked for you? Right? And so I did. I went to college. I was the first person in my family to go to college. I went to CU Boulder. I went to law school for a year in LA. I spent $80,000 on 5 years of education. So when people go, oh, it's a couple $100 to go to that event, I'm like, seriously, dude? You know, like I spent 80 grand on 5 years of education, didn't even blink an eye, never questioned it once, and I don't regret one single bit of it. My 4-year degree at CU Boulder was the best party I've ever been to. It's a heavy duty cover charge. Like, It was a pretty heavy duty cover charge for that party, but damn, it was good, okay? So I don't regret any of that. But here I was, $80,000 in debt. I had 3 jobs at the time, which was totally pathetic. Like, if you're still broke, you have 3 jobs and you're still broke, you're doing something wrong, right? So I was clearly doing something wrong. And when I was introduced to this profession, I was the most skeptical person on the planet, almost walked out of my first meeting. I mean, because really I just thought, oh, I'm gonna be an attorney. I didn't even want to be an attorney. The attorneys I worked with were miserable, okay? And so when I was introduced to this business, guys, when I sat in my very first presentation, something happened to me at that meeting. Now, I don't know if you guys felt this way the first time, like, you saw this industry and this profession, but for me, something inside me happened. And I went from arms crossed, rolling my eyes, I was looking at my watch, like I had somewhere to go. I was 23 and broke. Busy, okay? Have you ever noticed broke people are the busiest people ever? Like, hey, you wanna come check this out? Oh, God, I wanna come to Salt Lake? Oh, I'd love to, but I'm busy. I'm busy, right? Busy watching Game of Thrones or whatever the hell people watch these days. I don't know. I'm a single mom with 2 kids. I don't watch anything except for damn TDM and all this other gamer crap on YouTube. So I don't get to see any shows. But anyway, broke people are the busiest people ever. And so anyway, I had 3 jobs, totally broke, introduced to the business. Something happened in that first meeting. When they started talking about 3% of America retires financially independent, 97% of America retire financially dependent on friends, family, and the federal government when they retire, I was like, that 97% is doing something wrong. How many would rather be in the 3% that retire financially independent? Okay? Yeah, this is not an IQ test. Maybe it is. Okay. I mean, like, we want to be financially independent, right? Why do you work for 40 plus years? You want time freedom and money freedom. But how crazy is it, you guys, that the majority of people that are working for time freedom and money freedom for 40 plus freaking years, 40 plus hours a week, don't have either? They don't have time freedom, they don't have money freedom. So you know what? At 23 years old, call it naive, call it stupid, call it smart, call it whatever you want, I fell in love with this business. Yeah. I fell in love with this profession. I got fired up. I saw people at my first event and I thought, if they can do it, why can't I? I mean, there were people that were like tire guys, and then there were people that were like Yale graduates, and there were people that were construction workers, but they were all making 6 and 7 figures a year, and I thought, if they can do it, why can't I? So I want you to keep thinking that, because here's what happened. At 23 years old, I fell in love with helping people's health. I fell in love with helping people's financial situation. I fell in love once I started just enveloping myself into personal development. I fell in love with teaching people a better way to think. I fell in love with teaching people that they can have anything, do anything, be anything, okay? And guess what? That little crazy, naive 23-year-old that was $80,000 in debt ended up making $102,000 my first year, made my first million before I was 30, and I've gone on to make millions. And now this is my world right here. These 2 little men right here, God, they rock my world. How many of you parents out there just feel like your heart is walking outside of your body all the time, right? I mean, it's crazy. My little guy, I missed my 6-year-old's little performance yesterday. He was doing whoop, there it is, this Mickey Mouse version. It's so damn cute. But anyway, so those guys are my why. Look at them rocking out. They're so awesome. Anyway, so fast forward 22 years later, guys, 22 years ago today, I was sitting at my first event, my first annual convention. Not my first event, I did go to an event before that, but my first annual convention. And I'm telling you guys, something happened. And so what I'm gonna share with you guys right now, I hope that same thing happens with you. I hope that this weekend, and I hope that this presentation ignites a fire within you that absolutely just rocks your world to where you stay up late, you get up early, you do whatever it freaking takes to make this work. It's not gonna be easy, but it's gonna be so worth it. So let's talk about it a little bit. Here's 6 ways to ignite your personal fire. You guys ready? All right. The first one, guys, let's go back one. Sorry. First of all, I want to know, what does success look like to you? What does it look like in terms of income? What does it look like? What income do you want? Write that number down, okay? And then cross it out, and now double it. Just cross out the first one and double it. Some of you might have just freaked out a little bit. That's okay. Okay? Double it. Because that's what's gonna happen in 2018, guys, because now is the time. We have the right company, we have the right leadership. Oh my God, look at these leaders, you guys. I mean, a lot of you have nothing to compare it to if you've never done this business before, but I'm telling you, we've got the best of the best here. The best corporate, on the corporate side, the best leadership, the best products, we have the best every single thing. I'm telling you, this is my 5th go around, so I kind of would know, okay? All right, so I want you to put that number on a blue index card with blue ink. I know I'm psycho about it, I don't have enough time to talk about that. If connect with me, I'll send you like my goal setting call that talks about why I do my goals on blue index cards with blue ink and the present tense, but write it on there, and I'm so happy and grateful now that I made X amount of dollars in 2018. Okay? And I want you to read it every single day, every single night, because here's the thing. I love this quote. I worked for a menial's hire only to learn dismayed that any wage I had asked of life, life would have willingly paid. You get what you ask for, you guys. You got to stop playing small. That's the bottom line, you guys. So let's go through these 6 ways to ignite the personal fire within you. The first one is energy and passion, guys. Energy is everything, and everything is energy. How many of you realize that? Okay, some of you got to pick up your energy a couple notches, all right? Because if you're a bump on a log in here, you're going to be an even bigger bump on a log out there. And nobody wants to work with someone like that. Okay, you know those people, there's either, again, here's the thing, guys, there's either energy givers or energy suckers, okay? There is no neutral. You are either giving energy or you are sucking energy, period. So which one are you? Are you an energy giver or an energy sucker? Don't answer that because that's embarrassing. Okay. But you're either giving energy or sucking energy. Guys, how many of you know those people where they call you and you look down at your phone and you're like, oh, right? They're already sucking the life out of you. You look down at your phone and you're like, oh, you know, right? And you're like, and then if you answer the phone, you're all in a good mood and you're like, hey, what's up? And they're like, oh, today's the worst day ever. Right? And you're like, right? They're like sucking you right through the phone and you're like, don't. Like, remember Poltergeist? Yeah. So that's kind of what it is. Total energy vampires. And what's crazy is you get off the phone with them and you're just freaking exhausted, right? Like they suck every ounce out of you. And then they're like, ooh, who's next? Like, it's like their mission in life. It's like their job. It's creepy, you guys. Stay away from those folks, okay? But I'm telling you, you are either giving energy or sucking energy. Just choose to be an energy giver, because I guarantee you, you will attract so many better people into your life. Why don't I recruit the Crystals and Chiagos? Why don't I recruit the Margies? Why don't I recruit the Laurens? Why don't I recruit people like the Zaleckis? Because you aren't one yet. You got to become that to recruit that, okay? So step it up, all right? Ask yourself, though, how are you showing up in life? How are you showing up in every aspect of your life? How are you showing up to your business? How are you showing up to your team? How are you showing up to your upline, sideline? How are you showing up to your kids? How are you showing up when it comes to your health and fitness goals? How are you showing up, guys? It all matters. It all matters, all right? The next one is to master your craft. You gotta get good at this, guys. I mean, people are like, oh, you guys are so good at this. I'm like, 22 years later, I'd hope to God. You know? Like, if I still suck after 22 years, something's wrong. All right? But if you do something day in, day out for 2 years, 3 years, God, I just spit on these people. They're like at SeaWorld. All right. It's so ADD. And then my foot hurts so bad, so you know when you're in pain, you're kind of sassy. So look, I'll just apologize now because stuff might just come out and I'll just be like, I'll go back in. All right, I'm just gonna apologize in advance. All right, guys, to master your craft, to become world class at anything takes 10,000 hours or 10 years. Okay? 10,000 hours or 10 years. That's what they say. To master anything, to become world class at anything takes 10,000 hours or 10 years. I shoved those 10,000 hours into probably the first, 5 years, and I'm still mastering my craft every single second of every single day. But it takes 10,000 hours or 10 years. You choose. So how quickly do you want to get good at this? You got to master your craft. You got to work on your skill set, okay? Work on inviting, work on prospecting, work on closing, work on presenting, work on covering people's objections, work on having posture. But you got to also work on your mindset, okay? You got to work on your mindset every single day. You've heard every single amazing leader up here tell you that you've got to do the personal development like it's your freaking job, okay? Listen, guys, you're no different than any one of us. I promise you that. You're no different than any one of us. Anyone who's world class, anyone who is genius at what they do, anyone that is amazing, they put in the time, they put in the hours, they've mastered their craft. You're no different than any of these people. Next one is building relationships, guys. I love Zig Ziglar's quote, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Okay? And here's the thing, you've got to truly, truly care about people, not just how much money they're gonna make you. Because I promise you, if that's all you're focused on, if you look at every person like they have a dollar bill on their head, you're never gonna get wealthy in this business. You've got to truly care about people. Focus on the relationships, and I promise you the money will come. The next one is you got to work, man. You know, I love when people think they're going to sign up and become a millionaire the next day. That's just stupid, okay? That's just, see, I told you, sassy, okay? But, I mean, come on, guys. When somebody, I guarantee you guys, people that are not happy with their results, they're being outworked. All right? I guarantee you, these people, you will not outwork these people. You will not outwork these elites, these platinum threes. You will not outwork them. And if you do, you will be them. Okay? If you are unhappy with your results, you are being outworked. If you're pissed off about your results, you're being outworked. Just work harder. The more you do it, the better you're going to get, right? All right. Guys, massive action equals massive results, bottom line. And here's the thing, repetition's the mother of all learning, so the more you do it, the better you're gonna get. And the better you get, the more confident you're gonna be. And the more confident you're gonna be, the less fear you're gonna have. And the less fear you have, the more confident you're gonna be. And it's gonna be like this awesome cyclical thing where your confidence goes up and then you're more excited and your check goes up, so you're even more excited, so then your confidence goes up more. But it takes doing the action, it takes going to work, or that'll never happen. The exact thing that you are so afraid to do is the one exact thing that is gonna skyrocket your freaking business. And that goes for all of us, okay? You guys know, like anyone who knows me or has worked with me, they know that I'm like the consistency queen. I'm psychotic about being consistent. I think it's really the only thing, probably the biggest thing that I've done right in the 22 years that I've been in this business is I have mastered the mundane. I am willing to do the dumb little things on a daily basis that may not seem like a big deal, but when they're compounded over time, they create massive results. Same with all of these leaders. You don't get up here unless you are consistent with every single one of your actions. Whoa, where did my words go? Hold on. Oh, can you guys go down a little, maybe? Up a little? Okay, I lied. Okay, so let's just go with it. So here's the thing, guys, about consistency. It's about doing the things even when you don't feel like it. That's the key. And that's when you have to do it even more. And that's the sign of a true leader. A true leader does things they don't want to do, and they do it long enough to where they don't have to do it anymore like some of these people. Some of these people, they don't have to work anymore. Give you a break. You think Margie Alafrani has to work anymore? Doubt it, okay? 30 years with the same company, millions and millions of dollars, okay? But I guarantee you that she's done things every single day, even when she doesn't feel like it, guys. It's a slight edge. I love that book. It's just those little tiny things, compound effect, either one of them, same principles. But here's the thing, guys. I love Emerson's quote, do the thing and you shall have the power. Do something positive for your business every single day, guys. I'm telling you, you give me 90 days of consistency, 90 days of a consistent positive attitude, 90 days of consistently doing personal development, 90 days of consistently ATMing your freaking face off or inviting people to take a look at your products and your opportunity. I don't care how you introduce them, but you gotta introduce them every single day. Even if you just gave me 2 a day, I would rather you do 2 a day for the rest of your life. And if you really want to get crazy and psycho like some of these elites, then you gotta do 10 to 20 a day. I had a mentor that said, talk to 10 people a day, you'll make 10 grand a month. I didn't make a science project out of it. I booked 10 people a day to come in for a physical presentation. And I didn't let myself go to bed for the first probably 2-3 years in this business. I booked 10 people a day to take a look at the opportunity. Okay? And I was psychotic about it. I would literally 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I would mark it off, and I'd be like 8 more, 7 more, 6 more, 5 more, 3 more. And I would do that every single day. And guess what? Talk to 10 people a day, make 10 grand a month. But you can't talk to 2 a day, 1 day, and then disappear for 3 days, or a week, or 2 weeks. People's biggest downfall in our profession is it's like a freight train. It's easier to keep a freight train moving than it is to start it, stop it, start it, stop it. If you've got 1 foot on the gas and 1 on the brake, you're spinning in circles and you're pissed. Okay? Sorry, sassy. That's not a bad word, really, is it? Okay, good. All right. So, but think about it. If you're starting and stopping, that's horrible, you guys. Just keep your foot on the gas. I don't even care if it's a little bit every single day. today. Just do something positive for your business every single day. 90 days of consistency, guys, it'll be a complete game changer. All right, guys, the last one is APR. I love this. Stole it from Robin Sharma. I absolutely love the dude. He wrote The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. He also wrote The Leader Who Had No Title. You don't have to have a title to be a leader. But APR, absolute personal responsibility, guys. You are either a victim or a leader. You can't be both. Okay? I'm going to give you a couple signs of being a victim. I know it's none of us in this room, right? None of us in this room have ever played the victim role, right? I mean, I know I haven't. Right. Okay? Victims, they blame, they complain, they justify. So if you are blaming anything, anyone, anything around you, if you are complaining about crap, if you're justifying stuff, you're being a victim. So it's just a matter of giving yourself a little checkup from the neck up and being like, hey, I'm not going to choose to be this way. I'm not going to choose to respond this way. It's never what happens to us, it's how we react and how we respond to what happens to us. All right? So here's the thing, guys. When you learn to take 100% responsibility for every single thing in your entire life, your whole world will change. I could have been a victim many times in my life. A lot of these leaders up here, I mean, guys, my mom had me when she was 18, was divorced when I was 9 months old. I have a list up here. It's crazy. I was beat up in middle school for having blue eyes. I was the only white girl in the school. I was, dropped out of law school, was $80,000 in debt, had 3 jobs. I had companies go out of business on me. I had companies get shut down on me. I lost a baby at 12 weeks, pregnant. I broke my tailbone with both babies when they were born. I have an ex that was addicted to pain pills. I became a single mom when my babies were 1 and 3. I started over 5 times in this business. I ended up in the ER many times for passing out. They thought it was seizures. They thought it was epilepsy. That freaked me out because I had 2 babies at home and they're like, oh, you can't drive. And I'm like, I don't have seizures. I'm passing out. I'm taking small naps. I'm tired. And so then you just got that. That took you a while. Okay? All right. Just a little nap, okay? Just some sleepy. Okay? Okay, so that's good. I've had people leave my business. I've had people go to other companies. I've had people that I've literally done everything in the entire world for completely crap on me. I mean, like, seriously, guys, it happens to all of us. I guarantee you every one of these people in the front row could tell you all of the things that they could have said, oh, poor me. Okay? But they all chose to be above that. Every one of them chose to respond differently, to react differently to what was happening, okay? Discipline your disappointments, guys. I mean, you're gonna get other people's opinions. They're gonna bring you down. Last night I had 22 years, and I don't even have time to tell the story, but a friend from high school sends me a message last night. He sees all these pictures on Facebook, everybody posting pictures, and he's like, are you still getting people into that pyramid scam? This is last night, guys, 22 years, millions of dollars. And last night I was in so much pain, I was like, oh, I want to look you. And then he's like, then he proceeds to say, you should be ashamed of yourself. Oh, I was like, oh, mother. I was like, today is not your day, brother. So anyway, I won't go into the story, but what a douche. Okay, sorry, that's bad. See, sassy, I apologize. Shove that one back in. Shove it back in. Shove it back in. I apologize. They're gonna be like, she's never speaking again. I apologize. Okay, guys, here's the thing. OPO, other people's opinions, it will make you or break you. Okay, those messages last night, he is a jerk. Let's just be real. Okay, but it motivated me even more to change thousands, if not millions of people's lives and just, all those people. All right? You're gonna ride the roller coaster. If you haven't, you will. Okay? If you don't know what the roller coaster is, you're too new. Just put your arms up. All right? Here's the thing, guys. I'm gonna end with this. The last thing, guys, about absolute personal responsibility, we're all self-made, but only the successful are willing to admit it. All right? It's time to raise our standards, you guys. It's time. I'm going to read you this quote. I'm not going to go into it, but I love this because I got to do this before I show you this video to wrap up today. I love this poem. It says, or this quote, all men dream, but not equally. Those that dream at night in the dusty recesses of their minds awake the next day to find that their dreams were just vanity. But those who dream during the day with their eyes wide open are dangerous men. They act out their dreams to make them possible. There's two different types of people, guys. Someone that's dreaming with their eyes wide open, and those that are dreaming with their eyes wide shut. Don't be mad at the people that are dreaming with their eyes wide open, because those are the ones making their dreams come true. I'm gonna show you something right here. How many of you have seen this movie? Oh my God, is it the best movie ever, you guys? Okay, if you haven't seen it, I want to show you this little quick video just to wrap up today. But I'm telling you guys, I went and saw this with my sons last Sunday, and I saw a little clip on YouTube before I even went and saw the movie. So even though I'm showing you this little clip, it's not going to ruin anything, and it's not, and you'll still like get a lot out of it. But I'm telling you guys, when I saw this video, it made me think of every single one of you sitting in this room today. And I'm telling you, if you're sitting at the end of this video, if you don't have a tear in your eye, if your heart isn't beating out of your freaking chest, you better check your pulse. Okay? We'll call 911. Okay? But here's the thing, I want you guys to see this video. I'm gonna wrap up with this video because guys, here's the thing. What do you have to lose? Okay? What do you have to lose playing all out, playing at a level 10, giving it 1,000,000%, leaving it all on the table every single freaking day? Why not? Why not you step out? You gotta get into the ring. And I wanna show you this video really quick before we end it. If you could crank it.
Benji and Justin have just written this new song called This Is Me, and we knew that it was going to be the anthem of the film, but no one had heard it before, and no one had heard Kiala sing it live. And Kiala, who I didn't even want to come out from behind the music stand.
I didn't.
I kept saying to her, just step out, because this is your moment, and you have to step out into the ring, metaphorically, because that's what you're doing, and you've got to stand right there in front of everyone and just belt this out.
And I didn't want to. In fact, I stood behind that music stand until the day of that presentation. There was a moment in the song that I actually was so scared that I had to actually grab Hugh's hand so that I had somebody to hold on to. And then we got to the end of the number, and all I remember is just deafening applause. It was a sort of otherworldly experience.
It was one of those moments that will stay with me the rest of my life. Unfortunately, we filmed it.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say. It's been a watch of broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say. No one will love you as you are. But you won't let them break me down, 'cause I know that there's a place for us. For we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, when the sin of blood gonna drown my life,
you to be who you were meant to be. Stop playing small. Get fired up. Get freaking good at this business. Be kind. Be strong. Don't let anyone ever freaking tell you you can't be successful at this, because you can. If we can do it, so can you. We believe in you.